You probably already know about John Wick, very famous movie title, and it's so popular that it actually got its own spin-off TV series. It's going to be a prequel, it's going to focus around the Continental Hotel, and it's also going to star Mel Gibson. Now, believe it or not, there is a very small minority on Twitter, very fringe group of people that really hate this decision, but they can't articulate why. So they're all saying that this is gross. I'm glad I know that I won't be seeing that movie. Waste of a franchise to put gross Gibson in that role. What a awful casting decision. Someone needs to be fired for thinking Mel Gibson is a viable choice. Hard pass. People are saying time and time again that this is gross. Look at this, gross, will not be watching. But anyway, right, so I don't know why they say that this is gross. I mean, I'm looking at Mel Gibson. There's no booger coming out of his nose. There's nothing in his beard. Like, why do they keep saying gross? It's almost like it's a group of people that use English in a way that is not supposed to be used. But what I find interesting, right? Why do they not like Mel Gibson? Because again, they can't articulate why, so now I need to speculate. I think they don't like him because, number one, he's a Christian. He made the Passions of the Christ. You Christians, I know, right? Second is because he's probably one of the 5 actors in Hollywood that's a right-winger. If you're not aware, the way Hollywood works is that once you join, they own your soul. You need to sign a contract with Satan to work at Hollywood. You need to sign a contract with the devil, probably etched in blood. And they don't just own the time that you give them while you're on the set. No, they own your entire existence. When you're at home in your pajamas, if you say something on the Twitter, they get to look at that, and if you don't say the appropriate thing, they can fire you for it. So you have all these people that are using the word gross on Twitter, very compassionate and empathetic people, that would want the whole society to be organized like this. Like every single company that you work at should monitor what you do in your private time, and they should fire you if you're not doing exactly what the company wants. What a brilliant way to live, isn't it? But what I find fascinating, right, is that if this is the case, if you genuinely hate Mel Gibson, wouldn't this be the best TV show to watch? Because if you hate him and he's a villain, doesn't that make it better? I mean, imagine, I don't know, if right-wingers, who do they hate? Let's say they hate AOC, right? And you have a TV show where AOC is the villain. Wouldn't you like to watch that? I mean, she's the villain. You're supposed not to like her. I don't get it, right? But, of course, well, actually, I do get it. They're very vindictive people. They're not happy with the casting choice, even though it's brilliant for them. They want this person to be ruined because they disagree with him. They never spoke with Mel Gibson. They never interacted with him. It's just that they absolutely hate him, but they hate him so much that they would wish Mel Gibson would be on the street begging for food and people would spit at him. This is the kind of people that are uplifted in society. Like, this is the new good person in society, because you have IGN, which is uplifting these people. So they're a very vocal and small minority, but the only reason they're loud is because they have IGN latching on to them. So if you have like something like Star Wars, and you have a lot of fans upset, or, I don't know, female Ghostbusters, and a lot of fans are upset, IGN will say, oh, it's a small vocal minority of fans, they're piss babies, they're cry babies, they're blah, 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 all of the things. But when it's the opposite around, when it's literally a small minority, oh, well, now it's the people, now it's the fans, now it's the prestigious ones. It's so disgusting, you know. You get to see on Rotten Tomatoes, they're the ones that talk about how review bombing is bad and how you shouldn't treat and downrate a movie if you haven't seen it just because you don't like an actor or something like that. But they're the ones that are doing the review bombings. They're literally the ones that are creating the propaganda. They're the ones that are lying to people. They're the ones that take a movie that's bad and tell you it's good, so you spend your money and waste it. And when people are pointing out, hey, this movie sucks, they're the ones that are removing those reviews. They're the ones that are manipulating the algorithms. They're the ones that are pushing the propaganda and gaslighting, saying, no, it's the people that are doing the propaganda. It's the trolls on Twitter. And you're a troll on Twitter if you disagree with them. If you agree with them, then you're an enlightened person. Then you're the good type of human being. And it's kind of interesting because this is like a microcosmos that you only get to see when it comes to entertainment. Like, it's kind of funny to watch because it's like a contained universe of sorts. But you realize that everything works like this, even when you do politics or things like that. Like, social media does this thing all the time. It's the corporate news and the social media that's pushing misinformation. And they're the ones that are banning people who disagree with them. Like, for example, a couple of months ago, if you suggested that some pandemic came from a lab, you would have been zooked. You would have gotten banned from social media. Now that the Wall Street Journal says it, now it's appropriate to talk about it. It's just one example, but there's so many more. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to see why my cat is meowing and fix that. And I mean, personally, I think this is a great casting choice because he does look like a villain from the John Wick universe. He does seem like a very charismatic guy that could fit the role of a criminal from the John Wick universe. I don't see why they're complaining about it. Again, he's a villain. It's not even he's the good guy. So why are they crying? Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.